Hey everybody, welcome back to another video where today I'm going to show you another duplication technique I use for fairies. Pretty simple, basic build that I use, and I know it's a bit difficult for a lot of people to go ahead and duplicate fairies or anything that flies, but this device that I'm going to make will basically let you duplicate anything that flies. The only thing I think I have an issue with is restless crickets right now, which later on in another video I'm going to show everybody how to duplicate your high tailwind lizards and stuff like that. Pretty basic, pretty easy. It's only 7 carts. I think it's 1 stabilizer and 3 fans. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the 7 carts, and I'll bring out a stabilizer real quick. That way we can go ahead and get started. We can do the fans last. So to start, we're basically gonna go ahead and attach 2 of our carts together. You wanna make your back end wall first. Just attach those like that. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the top. Run. And sometimes this can be a little tricky, so you want to get this like kind of close. Best way I found is just get it as close as you can and then attach it. It doesn't have to be lined up perfectly, but did a pretty good job there. All right. Now it's going to be the same for your bottom. You're going to want your bottom this way. And again, probably should have gone the other way to make sure I'm lining this up right, because you have to make sure that glue's there or it's gonna stick to the middle. All right, did good. And if you want, you can go ahead and attach the stabilizer. Kind of makes things a little easier if you want it sitting upright, and you just give that bad boy a whack and it'll just stand up for you. Turn this. You don't want any gaps in this. The gaps right here are fine, but going up into the corner is basically where you want to make sure you don't have any gaps. I think that one up there should be fine. Done a few of these, so it really doesn't matter. And once you get that auto build in, you can go ahead and save this creation for yourself, and it makes things a lot easier. You just auto build. You can obviously dupe your zonai charges and everything you need to recreate, or your zonai to recreate all this. I probably should turn this way so I can see. I'm gonna line this up right. Alright, that looks good. Again, most of this doesn't have to be perfect. You just want a box enclosed at the top where you're going to basically you're going to be paragliding up there the whole time with a fan. And I don't like that. We'll go. This is where I say it's a little tricky when you're lining up, because a lot of this will go towards the middle. So you want to make sure that glue is sticking like right there. And that's not right either. So we'll kind of try to go up here a little bit more. It's just gonna be funky with me right now. We'll see how that works right now. Typically I want it to be a little bit lower. In my other builds, I have an auto build that's a little lower. I'll finesse that later. Okay, so right now you're gonna bring out your fans, and the reason why I like to do 3 fans is it kind of stabilizes the card a little bit more. Again, you can use like wood and stuff for your bottom base. Probably make it a little easier, but I just use some fans. Kind of helps stabilize it. You want them all pointing up, so I use one on each side and then one in the middle. This one. This isn't like the best. It does move sometimes. Not very far. Doesn't really go too far. Again, you can use the wood if you want. And then I've taught everybody in my previous videos how to duplicate these items. When you're up here too and you're doing this paraglide, you don't want to move your stick or anything, because you'll just grab onto your zonai devices. So you just kind of like float over to a corner. So in order to duplicate the fairies pretty easily, just make sure you have some, and we're going to go over to them and we're going to hold them. I just used one. So I have 209, and my duplication process is when you're up in the air and you're paragliding, you want to hold 5 of them and then press Y and B at the same time, and it should sort your inventory. While it does that, it drops what you have, and then it basically dupes. So you don't drop them, you actually keep them in your inventory, but they duplicate. Now the fairies will fly away, that's why we've made this device. So go ahead and press Y and B at the same time, and you're going to quickly want to try to collect those. Now you see I have 214. So you can just keep repeating that process. This is an easy way to make sure you never die in the game, and I've gotten through a lot of hard boss battles with this and not ever had to worry about hearts. Another tip is if you want anything else, like any of the dragonflies, that also works. You can dupe those, and it doesn't get everyone all the time, but for the most part it does. And like I said, this is an easy way to make sure you never die, you don't run out of resources. For those things that love to fly away, can be a little bit pesky. I hope everybody likes this little trick, and if you do, please hit that like button and subscribe.